That's because you get those videos. All right, let me hit the mark over here. Here we go. There, go to this page, go up to the top, press this.
While
button,
you're doing that, it's like, I mean,
go.
I really have
59,
ruined. I have
58,
really
countdown,
ruined
56,
my
algorithm.
viewing pleasure because the
this continues to be a countdown to the Slade and Mayson
algorithms
Show.
are just
50,
totally screwed.
49, 48,
You have to go in incognito
Slade
going
and
forward.
Mayson Show. 45, 44, 43,
Or just start watching
countdown,
things like
47,
Three's Company.
Slade and
There you
Mayson
go.
Show, 39, 38, right now. 37.
Come on,
listening to
Amados.
the Slade and Mayson Show.
We've been waiting for
33,
you.
stand by as you're listening to the countdown to the Slade and Mayson Show. 28, 27,
Three's
26,
Company.
the 25 to the Slade and
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Mason Show.
I got to question
22,
whether
we
Jack
continue
really
on
was.
with the countdown.
20.
No,
The
he
Slade
had
and Mayson
just
Show.
a little on
18,
the
17, stand by.
16,
He played
as
it
we are now
good.
delivering the countdown.
14, he played it good. Yeah, it's really
Show.
hard
12,
to do something
11,
that honest
yes,
without
10 is our
there being
countdown
some
to the Slade
measure
and
of
Mayson
reality
Show.
to it.
6,
He's an actor.
5,
He's an actor.
4,
Yeah.
Here comes.
1.
Oop.
That's the
It's gotta be serious now.
Now broadcasting
See?
from the Dan Mason Studios, deep in the heart of Virginia.
He's
It's the
broadcasting.
Slade and Mayson Show.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
And this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
This is the Slade and Mason Show, brought to you by, in part, Icy Something, Icy Treats. We'll talk about that at the break. All music brought to you by Dano Music. Dano Music. That's it. Now I remember.
Like I said, we've only been doing this 15 years, and he finally
shut up.
blew the
I'm
opening.
Dan Mason, and he's JD Slade, and this is the Slade and Mason Show. It's a podcast, and that's all I gotta say.
There you go. Hey, welcome. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. You know what I'm saying? I am no longer an employee of the employee place that I am employed by. Therefore, I am unemployed.
You are officially unemployed now.
Officially unemployed. No longer an employee of the company of which I formerly worked for, which now I am not.
And you still won't let me say bad things about it.
Can't
right?
say anything bad about it. I signed an agreement that I would have no disparaging words. You know what? I have no ill feelings.
I have to tell you,
14
Dan,
years.
listen, you got a really good, they let you go, but they did give you a very good package.
Yeah,
to
I'm
walk.
waiting for that package to show up. Let me tell you something. Anyway, go ahead. I signed all the paperwork. I dotted all the I's. I crossed all the T's. I'm waiting.
So my friend Dan he's actually been unemployed for a month. And he's gotten into some things and found out he didn't really like those. So it's like he abandoned those projects really quickly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I liked it. It's just, it's a lot of work for just me to sit and listen to it. So
now, and here's the other thing though, but it's like I've heard about one of your plans, and it's like, and it sounds like an ambitious plan.
we'll see how it goes. Yep.
But I mean, again, I'm wishing you luck on it, but stranger things happen.
Yep.
Stranger things do happen.
I
Look,
know.
listen, I could have put a rock in a box and sold it for $5 years ago, but that was insane.
Well, you know what else is insane? Everything in the stereo sound, get it now. Now.
Okay. So we were talking just before the show started, and this is the time of year where all over Virginia, man, it's like there's a county fair going on somewhere.
Yeah.
And some of these county fairs are interesting,
Delightful.
Yeah. Now, again, like I say, having been a performer and an entertainer, it's like I've been trapped into doing some pretty weird things during my radio career. There was the year that I people wanted to vote for me to kiss a pig.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I mean, and they're, they really are cute, but it's like when you get close to that snout and it's like, and it's all runny and wet and here.
And you know where their nose was like 12 seconds ago.
Exactly. I've had to hold a chicken, which is no fun because the chicken is like trying to pop and peck and, and then, of course, it reminded me of my fabulous youth when I first moved to Virginia. My great Aunt Josephine, God rest her soul. We had chickens when I came down here. It's like, and I had never seen a chicken up close. As close as I saw was when he was on the plate. Anyway, my great aunt, she went out there every day and she was click, and she would throw corn out at him. And it's like, and then she'd go out and she'd collect the eggs every day. And again, hey, listen, your life depended on how long you laid eggs. Because if you started drying up, Great Aunt Joe had the solution for you.
That's right. Chicken Run was a real story.
She would catch you and she would bind your feet and then she would bring you out and she would grab you by your head and she would flip her wrist and you'd hear snap. And then all of a sudden, you just see this flopping.
Yep.
This bird, the head was just all loose, flopping all over the ground for the next 20 minutes.
That's right, baby. And then dinner was ready.
And dinner was, I mean, like I said, I would watch her then just go and pick the bird up after he'd finished flopping and throw him in that hot water and pluck his feathers off. Again, I'm like, oh, God, that'll make you not want to eat chicken anymore.
And have you stopped eating chicken?
Yes.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry, man. It's like I mean, it's like if I don't see it, then it's like it don't exist.
Okay.
But once I have seen what chickens do their entire life, it's no.
Good thing she didn't have a cow that she had to snap over her head.
Oh no, that's
pick up a cow by the head.
You ever been to butchers? You ever been to a butchery?
But I've seen plenty of pictures on YouTube. Yeah, and I'm sure you get plenty of pictures on YouTube as well.
They got that big mallet.
JD gets those feeds. No, they don't do that anymore. They haven't done that for like 45 years. Man, how old are you? Don't even get me going. No. That doesn't happen anymore.
As a matter of fact, just take the mallet and bust them in the middle of the head.
No. As a matter of fact, I read a book. What's his doctor? What's his name? I can't remember his name. Anyway, the man. Do you remember there was a book called "The Man Who Mistook His Wife for a Hat"? Dr. Sachs wrote a story about a woman who was extremely high-level autistic, and she saw that industry that you were talking about. And she went ahead and redesigned the entire industry, shall we say, for dispatching cows, which was designed, 30 years ago, is used today, to this day, so that they are humanely.
You don't bust them in the head with a mallet anymore?
No, they don't do that anymore. No, not for 45 years, man. Nope, doesn't happen.
Go around, and you can hear that sound, and you know exactly what's going on.
I wouldn't hear that sound, but you probably hear that in your nightmares. But anyway, me getting cheeseburger.
This all came about because I was talking about county fairs.
Yes. What else you got to go on county fairs? Anything else?
Yes, because there was a circus performer who accidentally struck in the neck with an arrow during a performance. Now, here's the thing. You see people doing all kinds of things. Do you remember the famous scene on The Tonight Show with Ed Ames, who played that Indian on Daniel Boone?
Is this the one where he was throwing the knife?
Yeah, no, he's throwing a hatchet.
Yeah, in black and white?
Yes. Okay. And it's like, and Johnny stood there and actually had one of those hatchets come pretty close to him.
Yeah, and he was gonna like, hey, do you want to stand there? Oh, I'll let you do it first, and then he use the silhouette and got the silhouette right in the private parts. Yeah. Okay. Go check it out on YouTube. Now, it's funny you mentioned about the circus performer with the arrow. I wanted to talk a little bit about a fellow who was hiking with his buddies. Hold on. Let me get, it'd be nice if these stories were, here we go. A Montana man, David Cathaldi.
Put me out in the middle of Montana.
Yep. They were crossing Montana's notorious froze to death plateau. First off,
someplace it's called Bros to Death.
Yeah, you don't want to go to froze to death any place. So anyway, they were going up, and they're all using trekking poles. Do you know what these things are?
No.
Okay, trekking pole. In his particular case, it's a 44-inch long steel-tipped pole that you can, click down on the ground and pull yourself forward. So this way, if you're going up a steep hill, you don't have this problem of, getting hurt. Well, apparently,
does it have a motor or something?
No. It's just it's like a walking stick, but it's made of steel, steel tipped anyway. And yeah. Well, it doesn't bend. It's maybe got like carbon filaments throughout. Anyway, so he was going up, and he slipped and fell, and then couldn't find his pole, and then he reached around and he goes, "Oh shit, it's right here." It went through his armpit and down through the back of his lower back, stuck.
Oh,
yeah, God. Impaled. So he's like, "Oh, this is not good." And the friend's like, "Well, let's call and let's get a helicopter." And he went, I'm not paying $60,000. Let's just go back down to the bottom and let's go to the emergency room. So he hiked an additional 10 miles with his buddies.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And there was very little blood. And they're like, "Dude, did you puncture a lung?" He says, No, it seemed to like pass right through me, man. It's not a big deal. It's okay.
Blood, was there much color?
No.
In these?
And he says jokingly, "It was but a flesh wound." And then his friends are like, "Dude, you look like a flippin' shish kebab, dude. We really need to call." And they're like, No, it's cool. So by the time he got down to the bottom, they were cracking jokes about, now they've changed his name to Bob, as in shish kebab. So apparently they did get finally the 44-inch long rod out of his body, and he's got it back because he says, as he said, those things are expensive.
That's longer than a yardstick, man. Jeez.
I know.
Ooh.
So I'm so glad you shared that story, so that I could share my story.
That story. Well, like I say, that's why we go together. So
yes,
like
peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. But make sure you take an antihistamine first, because I'm putting strawberry in there.
Man, this week has been murder on my sinuses.
Oh, you and I both, baby. You and I both. And my dog was having like a sneezing fit. Yesterday, it took almost 45 minutes to get home because she was just like, like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, like you do feel bad for her, but yeah, it's like I went outside. We had those wildfires from Canada last week.
Yes,
and they like burnt my eyes and burnt my throat. And
wait. Maybe you were hotboxing.
Now you've piqued my curiosity. What do you know about hotboxing?
I know what happens every time I come back from Culpeper. So I gotta roll down the window. Jeez, your eyes are burning, and they happen every day to you. What do you care?
Like I said, it really does, because it's such a little tiny car that it looks like a Cheech and Chong mobile. And you open the window, and there's big billows of smoke come out.
Oh my gosh, ain't doing it. Let's see.
September the 3rd.
What are you telling? Oh, you're telling me. Oh, is that? Oh, that's like a year from now. All right, we'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
So I gotta tell you what I did. I I am a child of New Jersey, and as you know,
I pray about that every day because there are other places that you could have been born that would have made you a better citizen, but no, your parents had to screw it in New Jersey.
That's right. Now, they were from Boygan County, moved to Morris County. In any event, every county of New Jersey has a diner. There may be more than one. And in every single diner, you can walk in and say, "Hey, like a Taylor ham and egg, a toasted hot roll." And they know exactly what you just said. You're looking for a Taylor ham and egg. That means it's over hard. Taylor ham is cooked, maybe 2-3 slices, on a hard roll, which is a unique type of Kaiser roll. Now, here in Virginia, Giant Food sells Kaiser rolls, which are shaped like a New Jersey hard roll, but taste
they don't have the taste.
No, not at all. Not at all. So I'm just sitting there jonesing for some. So I Googled how to make a hard roll. And I went to about 4 different stores to find bread flour. Finally found it at Wegmans. Wegmans had bread flour, and it was actually the least expensive place to get it. So then I followed the recipe. I have a stand mixer. Life is good. I followed the recipe, rolled them up into 8 different rolls, let them rise. I mean, this is a 4-hour process. This is not a quick endeavor.
Is this what you did yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Because I asked you yesterday when we talked what you were going to get. What white folks are you going to get into today?
And I said, I'll tell you a little later. This is the later. This is the later. So, but I did this Friday as well. So I wanted to see if lightning would strike twice, because it never does when I bake something. Well, it struck twice. And the first time I used sesame seeds, this time I used poppy seeds. When I took that first bite, it was like I was being transported straight back to New Jersey, which was a terrible, terrible thing to happen to a person. But fortunately, I was able to bring myself back. But I would say hard rolls are completely underrated. Completely underrated.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, the thing of it is that I told you one of the things that I loved about Philadelphia is they use real Amoroso rolls when they make their subs.
Yep. And the only place you can get those now is Wawa.
Yep. So, again, like I say, but if you want a really good sub, get yourself an Amoroso roll, because they really do. I mean, it's like there are just certain parts of the country that you can get things. And like I say, New York is another one, because like I say, you get a slice of pizza on the streets of New York.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing you've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 10 out of 10, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, well, again.
Did I just say that?
And I always tell people, like I say, because if you go to Philly, you look at the grill that they're cooking on.
Oh yeah.
Thing is as black as night, man.
I've repeated this story over and over again, but one time back when I was married and I had kids and we were traveling, we went to Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, and from my buddy JD here, he was still working the radio station. He says, "Oh my God, you're going to Philly. You got to get me a Philly cheesesteak." And I said, "Okay." So last day, last possible time, are we leaving? We're leaving now? Okay. I said, I need to get my buddy JD a Philly cheesesteak. And, I got to roll of the eyes, and I'm like, all right. So we went in the middle of Philly, and we're looking, and over here, there's a place that looks like they do surgery. It's crystal clear, stainless steel, everything. Famous cheesesteak sandwiches in beautiful lettering all across the beautiful glass. And across the street, I could barely tell that there was a door, and there's this grungy, oily film everywhere, and it says subs. And that's all. And I go, that's the place I want to go. That's the place I want to go. And I went in there, and I told my story, and the guy put together a little dish, and and he's the guy was like, oh, okay. Here are the instructions. I'm like, wow, this guy's like really on top of it. So he prepped the rolls separately. He prepped the veggie and the mix together separately. He said, here's what you can do. You microwave this. I'm like, all right. So yeah, so it's a real thing, and when we're not making this crap up.
I mean, you know, and
food up there.
Once you get a real Philadelphia cheesesteak, you will not settle for anything less.
Yeah. It's
I mean, like I say, it's the rolls, it's actually the meat, it's the seasoning that the grill has got on it from having been cooking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of steak.
Yep.
And it just adds to that ambiance.
Yeah, there just was not a clean surface in that place except for where the wrapping up the food.
Exactly. But listen, when I got that cheesesteak, it just took me right back. It took me right back because, like I said, number one, I was just so amazed that they actually put it all together for
Isn't that amazing? That was cool. Yep.
Yeah. So if you ever want a Philly cheesesteak, a real Philly cheesesteak, they will actually pack those up for you and send them to you.
Especially if they're like, feel bad for you, like they did for you. They felt really bad for you. They're like, oh, he was in Philly. It says, yeah, he misses this, and they're, oh man, hey Michael, we got those package things back over there. Can we get this?
Yep.
Yeah,
they put
it together, man. They love.
I mean, it was, and the reason I liked it is because I remember the very first sub that I bought when I was in Philly. It was at like 9:30 at night, and I'd gone to Lee's Hoagie House, and I got this great big sub. I mean, the roll had to be at least 15 inches long, and it was stuffed with steak and onions. Oh God!
Yes, and
this is why I am type 2 diabetic.
I was gonna say this is what brought JD to his knees. This is where one day he went, Uncle.
Yeah, I did. I had to give it up because I mean, but here of late, I have a friend who she specializes in Mexican food and such. And man, I've had some great tortillas and I've had some great enchiladas.
Well,
and on top of everything else, she makes pickles. It's like, oh.
Well, it sounds like you're moderating yourself because I haven't heard your voice go a little bit deeper recently.
Oh, it's like, again, I mean, I ruin myself like 2 days of the month because it's like that's when I'll go ahead and get my sugar fix in. Yeah. Again. But I find, like I say, I found that I love oatmeal. I love oatmeal.
Yeah, but then you'll have to get a larger pair of pants. But speaking of which, there's a new trend. Now, you remember the whole, wear your pants down, below your butt crack.
No, sir.
That was a trend.
It was a trend, and it caused things like the droopy drawers law.
That's right. Now there's a new trend. There's a designer that has now made a false open zipper. So you could be like walking around going, hey man, XYZ PDQ, and they're like, it's the style, man. So just a heads up.
Dan, okay. Listen, my mom was an old-fashioned Southern mom.
Okay.
And again, when I went to school, it's like if I had a hole in my britches, Mom put the patch on it.
That's right. Oh, those patches. Yes, from Charlie's 5 and 10. Jiminy flipping crickets.
All right. So
she'd iron them on. They'd last till lunchtime and they start peeling.
And then you start peeling off.
They weren't worth a hill of beans.
The thing of it is that, I mean, when you left the house, at least you were still put together.
That's right.
But I have seen in the last couple of weeks, I've seen people who are basically, I don't think they're really pants. I think they're just denim material that are wrapped around each other.
Oh,
I mean, listen, why would you buy pants that are all chopped up and cut up and, I mean,
yeah, like 90% of it's missing. and it's just
And
like
they paid top dollar for
heck
it.
yeah, heck yeah. There was a video. I couldn't believe it. It was a fashion blouse, and basically it was a pair of jeans for a woman. You take the jeans and you put them up over your chest and you cross them over and slap the legs over your back. That was it. And it was like $3,800 from this designer. And I'm like, people will just buy the stupidest crap.
Well, have you ever seen Fashion Week in New York? Who are you ever going to see wearing any of that garbage?
Hey, that's beautiful. Oh, don't sneeze, girl. Don't
No,
sneeze.
I mean, it just, yeah. Somebody told me, "Oh, that's fashionable." No,
no,
I mean,
that's damn ugly.
like I said. So when I see these girls and they're wearing these jeans and the knees are all cut out, I mean, they paid $100
$100, probably like $400
for raggedy jeans.
Yeah, and basically you see like the exposed pocket all the way down to their ankle, and it's all torn up. So their knee is like flipping, flopping back and forth through there. And
So,
I
mean,
yeah,
who was the genius who convinced anybody that was fashionable?
is probably an Apple product.
I mean, it is just. I mean, I'm not really trying to call out because, like I say, I mean, I was young once, and but I'm sorry.
But to your point, to your point, the iron-on patches by lunchtime, you could feel like a breeze, and you're like, "Oh crap! It's a stupid patch it's gone through." And here they're like, you could drive a flipping car through the openings that they got.
I mean, they're not closed. I mean, it's like, when you take them off, it's like you can see right through them all over.
They're decorations.
And I'm just like, yeah.
Back in my day, we used to do.
But I'm and I don't want to sound like that, but God
There it
bless
is.
America, here it comes. It's like, we believed in just a little bit of modesty,
Yeah. Well, I mean, people have money to burn, and then some people don't have money to burn. So
they go to somebody else's house and steal their money and burn it.
well, there's that possibility as well. But apparently, Apple has come to people's aid. I don't know if you've heard this. Apparently, they have realized that their Apple phones are becoming way too expensive. People can't afford $2,000 to $3,000 for a brand new phone. You know that. I mean, that's expensive. That's a lot of money. That's like,
I'm still using this phone I've had now for, let's see, I have 5 years, and the other one I had 8 years. So it's
but
like,
have you picked up the new Apple 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, or 19, or 20?
Nope.
Okay, well, a lot of people want to pick up the 14, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and they can't. So, Apple has a brand new service.
A new financing plan.
You are almost 110% correct. You can now, through Apple, lease your phone.
Oh, my God.
Thank goodness for this break. Sadly, however, we will return to the Slade and Mayson Show.
First my car, my house, now lease my phone.
I'd like to lease this chicken sandwich, please.
What a great country, man.
Today in history, August 2nd, 461. Margarine is arrested near Toronto, deposed by Sabina, General Recimer, as puppet emperor. Kind of like Fozzie Bear. 1610, Henry Hudson sails into what is now known as Hudson Bay, thinking he's made it through the Northwest Passage and reached the Pacific Ocean. What a ding-dong. 1776, we see the signing of the United States Declaration of Independence. Okay, man, was the government that slack even back then? 1790, the first U.S. census is conducted. There were like 12 people. 1918, Japan announces that it is deploying troops to Siberia in the aftermath of World War I. Okay, Japan's kind of almost a tropical island. You better put your long underwear on. It's cold up there. 1934, Adolf Hitler becomes Führer of Germany. Whatever. And finally, 1990, Iraq invades Kuwait. This, of course, leads us into the Gulf War. The war, of course, destabilized the price of oil, which made Japan come up with the idea of coming up with a Prius that was released to the United States around 1999. The price of oil still went up, so, of course, the introduction of the air car in 2016. Oh, I wasn't supposed to talk about that. Never mind. I'm Dan Mason, and that's August 2nd.
Hey there, Commander Guzio. How you doing? Hey, listen, me and my cousin Guido, we started a brand new service. Yeah, brand new service. Yeah, a lot of people don't like go driving no more, They don't like shopping neither. So what we do is we go ahead and we do that shopping for you. Yeah, real simple. So how's it work? It's pretty good. You give us a call. You tell us where you want to get your stuff, and then we go over and pick it up and we bring it over to your house. Easy peasy, not a big problem. And if you got something you need special done, just no problem, let us know. Like if you want like an avocado, it's all brown and gross and disgusting, which I don't really approve of because I think you ought to have them light and green, but that's a personal preference. We'll make sure we get that disgusting, slimy avocado off to you. No problem at all. Yeah. So Carmine DeGuzio's got a new delivery service, and we's in yours area. So just give us a call. We'll deliver anything. We can deliver pets, like if you have to go to the vet or something like that there, we can get them off there. We can go to the post office there to make a delivery for you. Or maybe we could pick up something like, car parts, if you know what I mean. All right, so I'm Carmine DeGuzio. Me and Guido standing by, and we's ready to do that home delivery for you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for, Led Zeppelin.
But now we must return you to the Slade and Mayson Show.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
and this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
All right. So that was, let me get a couple things off my plate. So that was Sammy Madden and his orchestra with Smiling Helene doing the Friendship Polka, which is today National Friendship Day. I would just like to point out, polka is just like porn. And what I mean by that, polka and porn are the same in as much as, like, you can't really define them, but you know it when you hear it.
I had no idea he was going there, ladies and gentlemen. I really did not.
This portion of the Slade and Mayson Show is brought to you by Icy Something Icy Treats.
Cannot recover. I cannot do this. Hi, Sheila. I don't have anything repulsive to say to you this week, so hi there.
Oh, my buddy Sheila. And her husband Al. Yeah. They have come up with
when I go, Sheila, you go, stop it.
Well,
You
I'm
go,
just thinking,
Sheila.
I'm just thinking I
I'm
can't,
supposed to just let you get away with that,
I
right?
won't be able to talk to her anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we have an instant messenger through the company, and now we can't do that anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very sad. Anyway, moving on.
That is what she decided to do with her life after life with your former company.
No, she's still there. She's still there for now. Anyway, this is a little bit of a story about Icy Something Icy Treats, and it's my buddy Sheila and her husband Al, and they went to the islands, Hawaiian Islands, and they would enjoy these wonderful treats. And the locals would have these shaved ice, and they'd shave the ice off these large blocks and put flavorings on them, and fell in love with it. Went back to the main states. And it was like, this doesn't exist. What is going on here? So she did some research and bought a big red truck. Dealing with the food safety is like a nightmare. But anyway, she got past that and got these ice shredding machines from Italy, installed them in the back of a food truck, and just that, Icy Something Icy was born. So if you have a birthday party, a corporate event, or a fundraiser, and you're looking for a really special treat, you need to give them a call, because it is a delightful treat to just, you take a spoonful, all these different flavors, and it melts in your mouth. It's not crunchy. It's not hard. It's not ice cream, but it is creamy. So you should give them a call at 804-617-8827. Or if you want, visit their website. It's at www.iceysommethin.
You love that G, for goodness sake.
ICY.com. They're available on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere you need to be. Again, give them a call, 804-617-8827. 804-617-8827. The number, once again, 804-617-8827.
You'll be glad you did.
There we go. All right. Yeah, so
Arby's, we have the beef.
Oh, yeah.
let's see. So
I have no stories about explosive diarrhea this week.
you have more stories about that?
No, I have no stories about explosive diarrhea.
Oh, I was gonna say that's off everybody's plate.
Here's something,
No pun intended. No pun
here's
intended.
something that I don't know if you've been following world news, but do you know about Punch? Dan?
Punch?
Yes.
You mean pouchies?
No. Pouchies, I know about that. That's the Nature's Reclamation app.
No, what's
No,
Punch?
Punch is the Japanese monkey that made world news
Never heard of him.
because he has a doll.
Oh.
He has a little doll that, again, because his mother abandoned him, and so Punch adopted this little raggedy doll and carries it around with it.
Uh-huh.
Well, Punch celebrated his first birthday and got thousands of cards and messages
Oh.
scanned around the world. Now, look, look, all right, listen. Punch is a monkey. Punch has no degrees. Punch has never been to school. Why are you sending him cards and letters?
Oh,
Thousands,
I figured it. I
not
know.
just one or two.
I know
thousands.
why. I know why. I know why. All right. I want you to go ahead. I want you to draw a bell curve. Go ahead. Draw a bell curve.
Bell curve. Okay.
Okay. You and I are a little bit off to the right-hand side of the bell curve on the right-hand side.
Right.
Okay. All right. Now, the rest of the population is either above that, intellectually speaking, and not sending cards in. And then there's the population, that whole back wave before the curve. That's where everybody's located. So that's why they do that. What I want to know is why they're picking on Linda Blair.
Linda, wait a minute. Wasn't she
She was
the chick with the spinning head?
Yeah, she was the chick from The Exorcist. Now, apparently, she likes dogs a lot.
Well, yeah,
And apparently she has. Let me ask you a question. I have one dog, and I think that's a lot of work on my hands.
yes, it is.
So, what would you consider a lot of dogs would be?
Two.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. And my daughter's like, "Oh, you should get another dog." I'm like, "No. This is the last pet I'm getting." Nope.
But that is because she lives in Richmond.
Yeah, and she has 2 cats. She had 1 cat, now she's got a 2nd cat. I'm like, all right, that's fine for you. But yeah, you're right. And that's my point. I can't go anywhere. I have to think ahead of like, okay, I got to take care of the dog.
There are more people who say, again, it's like, I got to make sure I get somebody to watch my dogs while I go away for a couple of days.
Right.
No. That's why you had kids, and that's why you raised the kids so that they could be feral on their own.
That's right. So if I were to have 5 dogs, dude, that would knock me off my shorts. Okay. If I had 15 dogs, that would be like,
oh no!
Somebody call 911.
Be condemned because number one, you couldn't keep up with 15 dogs.
I agree. So apparently, she has over 100 dogs.
But on the same token, she got paid quite a bit for her Exorcist, and she still receives residuals for that, so she can afford to do this.
Probably. Plus, she's done other movies as well. But apparently, they issued an inspection warrant from the Los Angeles County Department of Animal Care and Control and the Los Angeles County Department of Regional Planning. They came to inspect her building and structures. I'm sure they're going to find everything's fine. But like the only reason they picked on her is because her name is Linda Blair.
Well, no, let me tell you. Now, let me go back here a few years back in my younger days. It's like I explained to you that I lived with a woman, and we had in our house 6 cats. And the town and the county that we were in, Talmadge Township, they were always monkeying with us because, again, there is a lot of cats, and again, and it's a hell of an upkeep. But the thing of it is that they suggested some things and we did them. And so as a result, the 63 cats remained in the house with the 22 birds and the 6 dogs and the rabbit and the skunk.
Jesus.
Now, years later, I looked up to see what was going on with this woman. Since then, she, of course, has been basically run out of that town and a couple other places for having all these animals. But the reason that she got them is because people dropped them off because they had been abused.
Oh, so she became a dump zone. I get it. Yeah.
So, and she did. She took care of all those cats. I mean, one cat had a jaw that was dislocated. One cat didn't have a bottom jaw. One cat had half an ear. I mean, it's like they were just creatures,
mangled.
but it's like they also were just really lovable animals. So.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do that again either. You only have to do that kind of thing once.
Oh yeah. You don't want to repeat that path. No, I would. If
we were not on this platform, there was another phrase that I would use, but I won't do that because I won't go ahead and get us banned from.
So
YouTube.
I would say, yeah. And so let me ask you this: what if you encountered a woman and you said, "No, Dan, I'm gonna start dating her," and then you find out she's got 63 cats.
No, because I'm going to know that right off the bat. Because number one, when you have that many cats,
What if she
all
kept
your
it a
clothes
secret?
have fur on them.
No. She kept it a secret.
No, you can't keep that a secret, man. You can't keep 63 cats a secret. I promise you. I promise you. Because, like I say, because everywhere you walk, there's going to be fur.
Did you ever see that? I think I sent you that link one time of Steve Martin on Saturday Night Live playing the part of Grandma Puck. You remember that? Yeah. That's my sister Connie. She lived in a camper. You know what a camper is?
Yes.
Yeah, she lived in a camper with her husband and 3 cats, one of which you're not allowed to touch. And I'm like, okay. And when she says, "Oh, I mean, you cannot touch this cat," like they have to put like protective gloves on to like give it medication.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. And then it comes by later and smacks you upside the head for doing that. So
cats are just, they're fascinating. They really are, because it's the way their minds think.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they really are criminal animals. They are criminals.
They are
it's like
and speaking of criminals, have you heard that I guess it's this weekend they have to make the adjustment. Let me see. Yep, it's this weekend. So apparently Minnesota will denied Elon Musk's XAI to pause Minnesota's notification ban. So, for those of you who don't know, you can tell XAI, none of the other ones, you could send a picture of Mahatma Gandhi and say, "Hey, I want a nude picture of this person."
Why?
Why? And went to court because it's a part of it's the First Amendment's guarantee of freedom of speech, according to Elon Musk's attorneys. And Minnesota said, "Dude, no.
Some people feel that when they've got all the money, they can make all the rules.
Yeah.
And sometimes rich people get slapped in the mouth. I mean, because, common sense tends to rear its ugly head at some point or another.
Mm-hmm.
So, Elon Musk brings to mind why there are some people who have so little and some people who have so much.
Yep, I know. It's what they call it, the K format. Like you get the letter K, so they got super duper rich and super duper poor.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not good.
And like I say, and the thing of it is that what it looks like to me with Elon Musk in his case is that his wealth has just driven him insane.
Mm-hmm. Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you still eat eggs?
Very few, but yes.
All right. What other form of protein do you take in?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Okay. So are you eating enough protein? I mean, you and I are over 50, so.
I don't know. Nothing's fallen off, so I guess I'm still hanging in there.
Okay. So apparently anybody over the age of like 40, 50, you're supposed to double, triple up your amount of protein because your muscle mass starts to deteriorate. But apparently young people and their 18-year-olds are protein maxing. And these whey protein formulas that are out there come in these big, huge containers. I don't know if you ever seen them.
Oh my God, they look like drums. Yeah,
they're drums. And basically, yeah, I've sucked down 167 milligrams of protein this morning, and I'm going to take another
on your
17.
shoulders, you know.
Yeah, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Well, I'll tell you what you're doing. You're screwing up the formula industry. There is now a shortage of whey protein because all of it is going towards protein maxing and not going towards baby formula. So baby formula prices, hold on to your hats, boys and girls. It's going to quadruple because they can't keep up with the amount of protein that's going out into the quote unquote super protein maxing world.
You know that you just brought up something, and I can remember, when I was a youth and I was young and I was producing babies.
You were producing babies? You were producing babies?
I was helping. I was contributing to the production of babies.
Okay, you were having a good time, and then she produced the baby. Got it. Okay.
So, but it's like there are things that you find out, like, for instance, Pampers. Pampers make this very special package for newborns. And you get like 48 in a pack.
Oh, yeah.
And you get the Infamil. You get your little cans of Infamil. And if you decide to get the big cans or the little cans, it's like you have all these 24 cans of these things.
Yeah.
But then you realize that doesn't last much. That doesn't last long at all.
And you know what? Here's the other problem. Here's the other problem with the formulas. Right on the packaging, it says, you use the bottle. Do not save the unused portion of formula. They tell you to pour it out, clean out the bottle, and re-sterilize.
I mean, so, it's like your kid's only getting like a half a can of formula, and you're throwing away half a can of formula.
To which Dan Mayson said, hell no.
I'll bet you Dan came up with his own formula, didn't he?
No. I would still use the formula, but if you took 15, 16 gulps out of it and like 2/3 of it is still there, that's going into the fridge. And I'll give that to you tomorrow.
I don't remember seeing anybody going through this massive trauma because they drank formula that had been used.
Yeah. So that whole concept of, don't use any, that was marketing. That's called
It's replacing that inventory.
You sons of a bitch.
Yeah. As they twirl their curly mustaches.
Simon says, throw out the formula. They don't, but he just took a sip.
My mom told stories. I mean, because like I say, back in the day, they had cloth diapers.
Oh, sure.
So you had to wash those things.
Yes.
And their formula was made up of pet milk and what is that molasses stuff?
Molasses.
Yeah. Anyway, and that was your formula.
Yeah.
And like I say, there were millions of people who grew up on that formula.
Yep. And they're all 6'4".
Yep. Well, here's the other thing. This is the other thing I was noticing. Okay. The old folks, man. It's like, look how old they are. Yeah. Well, you know what? They got old by eating a lot of garbage, man. A lot of junk, a lot of fat, a lot of ridiculous foods that people don't even think about eating now. And they lived to be 110.
That's right, baby. That's right. And the other thing is this new generation, the Gen Zs.
Yes.
Which is 1981 up to 2000. Yeah. So apparently they're not drinking. So bars are now focusing on the Gen X group, which is 1965 to 1980, because they will party hard.
Yes, sir. They're still partying like it's 1999.
Like it's 1999. That's right. So Americans are back, baby. They're in the bars. There's a place called the Trestle Inn. They hosted a Prince-themed dance party, and they got like over 50 crowd to come in and drink the little hearts out. And they were like,
the sad part about it is that you see, again, those people go to try and recapture their youth.
Oh, I know.
And that's a big mistake because, number one, you don't look nothing like you did 40 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I keep looking in the mirror and go, Dad, is that you? It's creepy, man. It's creepy. It's like,
Yeah, like I said, and here's the thing, Dan. Listen, don't tell your kids that's going to happen. Let them be surprised in about 35 years.
Yeah, 35 years. I look over and go, Dad?
Because I realized here in the last couple of months that the old folks that were around when I was a kid, they knew stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they knew what was going to happen. And they didn't say a damn word.
Nope.
They kept it to themselves. So it's like, I'm going to fix the next generation and I'm going to return the favor and I'm not going to tell them squat.
Well, it's funny because if I like I part my hair on the side, but if I push it all back like it's 1950, if I push it all back and like push it down, I look just like my dad. And it's creeping me out. So oh my God. So, and that's the problem with when you get older, you start to change and you start to get like attitude. Like there was this guy, Kyle James Steffen, and he wasn't that old. He's like 39 years old, but he started to get this attitude. So kids were like in his yard, like using his front yard as a cut through. And you and I used to use Hards as a cut through. So he was sick and tired of these damn kids riding their bikes in my yard. Get off my yard, you damn kids, you little son of a biscuit eater. You middle finger son of a, get off my yard. So what he did was,
that old man, he's going to be ready.
You like that? Okay. So what he did was he laid out spike strips throughout the yard. And this way, when they ride their bikes on it, it would pop the tires. He's been arrested for producing called a spring gun / pitfall. That's the one / deadfall or snare, which is what he has, which has a potential maximum sentence of 180 days in prison and $1,000 fine. Those damn kids were in my yard. So, and then he's the one going to jail.
Hey, it's the justice system. What can I say?
What?
It is the justice system. What can I say?
Yeah. So,
I was talking about AI earlier, and scientists are saying that AI is getting smarter every day. My microwave still asks me if I really meant 2 minutes.
And is it really 12 noon? Is it really 12 noon?
Exactly.
Is it really 12 noon?
Some people trust AI with their finances. I still don't trust autocorrect.
They are.
The older I get, the more my password hints sound like clues on a detective show.
The knife is in her back.
Passwords. I'm getting old, Dan. I'm sorry.
I know. I got to write them. I'm making passphrases now.
I tried to fight it, but it's like it's starting to swallow me up, and it's like I'm writing a lot more stuff down here lately.
Good man. That's what I do.
My desk looks like a lost and found, but it's like there's lots of little things like Orange County.
Start canceling the subscription. All right.
I don't write full sentences anymore.
Good.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason.
And this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
But say goodbye.
I don't want to.
Say goodbye.
I think we should probably go another hour or two. Come on, man. Let's do it.
Let me see what I got here.
Oh, no, you probably got some more
Spike.
you got to make or something today.
What
what stuff are you doing today, by the way, Dan?
I'm going down to Richmond, visit my daughter.
Well, you just don't learn, do you?
She doesn't know yet.
Yeah, well, don't you get surprised, brother.
All right. Put that cat down. Okay. Say goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Bye, Mr. Mason. We'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Remember when your phone only made phone calls? Good times. Oh, you've lived in the country too long when your dog knows the UPS truck schedule better than you know your own grandchildren's birthdays. Yeah, we had a great show. Yep. And we'll have another batch of oddball stories, animal antics, and AI developments ready for you next week. There's always some of my favorite segments to put together.
On the Slade and Mayson Show.